My name is Patrick Owen. My idea is actually to take my last financial aid check and start an indie record label. When you're starting your own business, the smartest thing to do is to contact your friends and try to get as much help as you can. These friends may include a friend to help with camera work, an old boss who happens to be a Grammy-nominated record producer, or anyone else you might know that could possibly help. This is a look inside the start of an independent record label. This is Undergrad Records. So a lot's been going on since the last episode, so much in fact that we haven't really been able to put out new episodes and keep everybody up to date with what's going on with the label. The last episode ended after our meeting with Nikki. Mac and I went and kind of pitched the idea to her, and we were waiting on a phone call from her to see if her PR firm could either help us or if she could find people to help us with the label. So let's take a look and see what happens.
Alright, well, I've had a chance to watch the stuff you sent over, and everyone here totally loves it.
Okay.
I do have some good news and I have some bad news, so you tell me which ones you want first.
The bad news, always.
Okay. Well, Patrick, the bad news is, look, honestly, it's really advantageous. I'm not really sure you can pull this off all by yourself. I mean, even with Mac's help.
Okay.
I really think you're going to need some more money and definitely some staff to make it all happen the way that you want it to happen, the way it needs to happen.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
The good news? Ready for the good news?
Yes.
Alright. So, I think I can find you the money and the deal for the show. So,
Okay.
I just want to be on board, and look, everyone here is totally ready to be behind this.
Nice.
Cool?
Yes, no, that's excellent.
Alright, good. So, good plan, fabulous. We got a team. If I was there, I'd have you get some kisses, but how about some remote kisses?
Some remote kisses are awesome. I love remote kisses.
Is that cool?
Yeah, no, that's excellent. Nikki had some great ideas for sponsors and funding, and she had a number of media contacts she wanted to hook me up with right away. The main focus of the discussion was raising the profile and awareness of the show as quickly as possible. She set up an interview with a Clear Channel TV station to get the ball rolling, and she promised to start reaching out to her network and get more people looking at the show. I'm really glad we were able to get her on board. She really seems to be excited about the show, and I definitely need the help.
This is a story about some boys from Texas who know how to get down, and you know we'll be the life of the party.
Next up was a trip to New York City with Mac and Nate to master his new record. Mac had been up for 2 days straight getting the mixes ready. When we left the ground, Mac and Nate still hadn't decided on the final album sequence of songs, so much of the first leg of our flight was trying to solve that problem. After that, we discussed what steps came next for the label and how to make sure we capture the important bits for the show. Mac had been so busy that he sort of forgot to book us a place to stay, so we left Texas not knowing where we were going to sleep that night. Luckily, 20 minutes before our layover flight departed, Mac managed to snag us a great hotel in Midtown. Our session at Sterling wasn't until the third day, but we wanted to have a busy day in the city. We had dinner at our favorite bar and called it an early night at 3 a.m.
Boys from Texas.
I've been to New York with Mac and Anthony before, and it's never a dull moment. It was Nate's first trip, so Mac wanted to get an early start and show him around before dinner. We also never sit still, so we dropped our bags off at the hotel as quickly as possible and headed out to take in some sights. The next day, Mac had a lunch meeting that got rescheduled, so we decided to do some sightseeing and get some footage. We also wanted to document the Port Authority's fine public transportation system. As you can see here, things were running at peak efficiency. Our second full day in New York City was our mastering session at Sterling Sound. For those of you who are not in the know, Sterling is one of the premier mastering studios in the world. They've seen over 50 Grammy nominations in a single year. Definitely the place to finish Nate's record. Mastering is the final production step before manufacturing when making records. Overall loudness and EQ is performed, and they make all the songs sound consistent. Mac and Anthony have been mastering their records here for the past year or so I figured I'd give you a sneak peek at the inside of a 6-hour session that costs $2,500. It makes that much of a difference. Just ask Nate.
What we can't overcome. I'm sore and I ache from all the bandits. So
what do you think, Nate? We're wrapping up here, getting Matt his reference CD. I already have mine, but Steve stole it for a second. But yeah, we had a good day. A little 6-hour session. Got some mastering done. The record sounds huge. So it'll be good. John Mayer sat right there, by the way, where I sat. Right there. And they did continue. I'm assuming he sat there.
On our fourth and final day, we got lunch in Little Italy, and Nate and Mac hit up a few locations that he had cleared with the film office to shoot artwork for Nate's album. Everyone wandered around and did their own thing. I got some great footage in the park. Later that night, they were shooting in Times Square, and I got some more great footage. But all good things must come to an end, so after 4 days, it was time to come back. Okay, so it's about 1:30 in the morning. We are at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport. It's completely deserted. There's nobody here. Everything's closed. So me, Mac, and Anthony are trying to figure out something to do until our next flight, which is at 6:30. So we're probably going to go try to find a Denny's or something and get something to eat and just kill time until it's time to go.
Department of Homeland Security threat condition is orange. The Transportation Security Administration has limited the items that may be carried through a screening checkpoint. Passengers should check with their air carrier for further information.
So New York was a really eye-opening trip, and so much has happened since then. Mac is currently shopping Nate's album to labels. The FUZE beverage company has actually agreed to sponsor the show, and I have meetings set up with some agents to pitch the show to 2 networks in the next few weeks. Several bands have actually contacted us through MySpace and the website and have sent us a pile of packages with CDs and press kits. They all want the label to sign them, so I've been going through them, and we're actually going to show you what we've got in the mail in the next couple of episodes. Stay tuned because I have a feeling some big things are still about to happen. And remember, FUZE beverages are delicious and low in carbs. Drink a refreshing FUZE today.